to the Dead Show podcast. Let me just talk about it real quick. So, Don's calling, Diddy's calling Don an opportunist and wants more payday. And what else? Why are you working with me? Why were you working with me if you had such a bad experience? Remember somebody reminded us yesterday. I saw that Diddy offered all of his artists um, their masters or publishing or whatever, but they had to sign a ironclad. Um, I was gonna say prenup, an ironclad. What's it called? NDA. And Don and Aubrey were the only two who did not agree to this. I think most of maybe Diddy came, maybe not. I can't remember what Aubrey specifically said, but I think somebody said it was just really Don and Aubrey. We'll go with that. So Don is out here talking about, how he abused her, how he was like calling her skinny, calling her fat, making her drink like peanut butter shakes or something like that. Always touching her breast, always touching her body without her permission. Um, she witnessed a bunch of sexual orgies, it seemed like, especially with like underage people. Or she said she thinks that they were like underage, which is wild. Um, she always I didn't even realize how long they were together. Diddy and Cassie. I did not even realize how long they were there. They were together that long. And I'm just like, how the hell did Cassie get with Diddy? Miss You and Me? I don't understand. Maybe I don't get it. I don't know. Um she witnessed Cassie get, assaulted and multiple times in front of lots of people, in front of Usher, Jimmy Iovine, in front of who was it? Neo. It's just like redonkulous. It's redonkulous, you guys. And so every time I do that, I don't know why that does that. It's really shocking. But he's like, "Why are you working with me?" I think something happened, and her dad ended up like driving in like 2 hours to New York. Um, maybe from Atlanta, I think it was. And then like Diddy was like, "If you don't you ever effing call your mother effer's father unless you're in the effing hospital." And yeah, she was like, "I need to get paid for my royalties. I need to get paid for my time on the road that I spent with Diddy Dirty Money." Diddy Judy, what do you call it? Diddy Judy Money. Uh, I don't. Somebody called her. This person I follow. He said two things to be true. While I'm inclined to believe that her ass sold identity came for Diddy Dirty Money, and then went about her solo business with a new face afterwards. It doesn't make what she's alleging any less truthful. It makes her an opportunist, not a liar. Okay, I slightly was like, okay, why is she now talking about a lawsuit? But everybody opens the gates. I don't think she's lying. Definitely, you can't be lying about this type of stuff. Like, she was there working with him. Yeah, why did you continue? Okay, why did she continue working with him? I think from the beginning, when I was like listening to somebody read all of the allegations in the lawsuit, I was thinking like, yeah, she definitely. Dawn had no other opportunity. I don't think Dawn was gonna make it at that time by herself like she is now. She's independent now. And that's the thing, like she's independent now. Like she was, it's not like she left Diddy Dirty Money or Diddy Dirty Money disbanded and she had a solo deal with like Interscope or Columbia. No, she went independent. She's releasing music now independently. So it's just like, it's not like she had something to build off. Well, she had something to build off of musically, but it's not like she had something to grow with like a big label with like backing and money and producers and stuff like that. That's how I feel. That's how I see her situation. What was I gonna say? I just feel bad for Dawn because, like I said, I don't think she was going to be able to work. She kind of needed Diddy, and I feel like based off of Making the Band, we heard about Making the Band. Aubrey talks about how they weren't really getting paid at all or much, especially during touring. They didn't even know that. She's like, I don't. She said. Aubrey said, she didn't know Damage was such a big song as it was. Danny D. Kane are the only two. I mean, Danny D. Kane is the only female group that has 2 number 1 albums. And it's crazy to think about that. No TLC, no The Supremes, no what's it called? Destiny's Child, like no Spice Girls, or maybe since the Spice Girls. So I don't know, something like that. Maybe not. If you think about it, if you go look it up, it probably isn't. But anyways, Danny Kane was a big moment, and they were not profiting off of it as always. And like what? It seems like Dawn wasn't profiting off of Diddy Dirty Money either. She's asking for royalties, and then in the lawsuit, he responds. I mean, the lawyer responding like, "Why were you?" It's interesting that he has a female law. He has a female. Diddy has a female lawyer. That's very interesting. What was I about to say? Oh, he was like, why were you working with Diddy Dirty Money if on this last album that he put out, the Love album in 2023, if you didn't think I was such a good guy? And I'm like, somebody needs to clear that up because Diddy Dirty Money, that could have been a leftover track. I just looked at one of the producers. I was trying to figure out, like, usually Wikipedia tells you the recording date and the stop recording date. There was nothing like that on there. One of the producers, Jay Dilla, is dead. He died in like 2006. So I'm just like, anybody could have went back and reworked the track. There was Stevie J on it. Kalina, remember Kalina? I just remembered Kalina was on Love and Hip Hop, like right after Diddy Dirty Money broke up or disbanded, or he broke the group up or whatever. You know how Diddy does. And so, like, at the end of the day, Diddy is not a good guy. Like, why are we trying to, like, who cares if these people are trying to drain him of all his money? Who cares? Who cares? Where is Kim Porter? What happened to, not where is Kim Porter? What actually happened to Kim Porter? Like get out of here. Homegirl died of pneumonia at 30, 39, 33, whatever. I'm just talking. Let me make sense for a second. So, yeah, anybody could have went back and reworked that track. It could have been an old track. Anybody could have went back and reproduced it. It could have, like I said, it could have been an old track. I don't understand. I just need a little bit more clarification on that part. He's like, why were you about to work on Making the Band with me if it wasn't such a great experience? And possibly people could have changed. This was like a couple of years ago. And I forgot Making the Band was about to come back, but I guess the pandemic halted that information. But hopefully, Dawn gets her money. Because Dawn, oh, my camera is on. Hopefully Dawn gets her money because Dawn definitely deserves. Did you guys see how they exploited her? Okay, Making the Band was not the best show. Like Making the Band, they were like, oh, like in the first couple of seasons, the people were like, Making the Band is not for us. It's for Diddy making a TV show, and it's not for like us trying to get on like a record label. Diddy doesn't care about us. So I'm just like, Diddy put all them girls through, like all the, not even just Danny Kane, Day 26, the people before them, he put all of them before my time. I have no idea what Make the Band was before. I think it was like rapping and such. Was it like 2 seasons? Did he put them through, oh, what time is it? He put them through a whole lot of shit. And it's just like, why can't she go and drain him for his pockets? Shit. Exploited the lady after Hurricane Katrina. This was directly after Hurricane Katrina. They went back to her New Orleans. Show us around, Don. Well, shit, ain't in here. Terrible. Terrible. Don, collect your money. Even though you have a new face. Nobody cares, but whatever. What else was on here? Katy Perry. Let me see. Katy Perry talking about how she doesn't give a fuck what y'all say. She worked with I was about to go here, Don Julio. She doesn't give a fuck what y'all say. She's working with Dr. Luke, no matter what y'all think. And I'm just like, oh my, let me not show that, because the last time I did that, it's an ugly photo. The last time I showed video, it got copyrighted, whatever. What's the past tense? Katy Perry talking about like, I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Oh, we have something to talk about with Katy. Hold on, give me a second. Let me calm down. I don't care what y'all think. I work with Dr. Luke. He is my man for me. And it's just like, girl, what is going on? Dr. Luke, if you guys don't know, was found not guilty, I believe, of really sexually assaulting Kesha. And the monsters, Twitter brings up tweets that you don't even care about on the For You tab. And I was just like, why are the monsters going so hard on this? And I forgot that I forgot that Lady Gaga was like in the deposition or in the trial talking about Kesha and her reaction. And then I think Katy Perry had like her name was thrown in the mix and got brought up, and it kind of like Gaga wasn't trying to shade or put Katy Perry in a bad light, but she, I guess, was just telling the truth and her truth about the situation, and how everybody reacted to Kesha. And so Dr. Luke, like I said, he was found not guilty or something like that. And it's just like, why are you working with Dr. Luke after all of these stories from Kelly Clarkson to Kesha? It's just like, it's so baffling. And it's not like the song it was a hit. What was it, Woman's World or something stupid? The thing about Katy Perry is, like I've said before, I enjoy Katy Perry's music. I'm not a stan. Those, early songs really, those early songs from like Gaga, Beyonce, who else? Mariah. They have like really great bones to work off of a career. Everybody, like, Yeah, she has really good. Teenage Dream is such a great song. Prism is such a great album. What's after Prism? I didn't really get into. I don't really listen to the first album. What was it? Katy, I Kissed the Girl, something. One of the boys. Um, but like she has really great bones to work off of a career, and go to Vegas and do a couple festivals, and sing her hits, which is really great. But I feel like there's no progression. There's really no progression at this point. Smile was a fucking horrible album. Like, who wants to dress up as a clown and put it on their album cover? Like, come on. Maybe I don't know. She's pregnant. It just wasn't going well for her. And then this new, I think it's called 143, which is reminding me of like Azalea Banks's or somebody 212. I don't know. What the hell is 143 anyway? This thing was coming out January 4th of, I don't know, whatever. And the album comes out next week, and it's just like, damn, this is so long. Anyways, let me try to get back on point. So Katy and Doechii, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Doechii? Katy and Doechii. Katy, always has to have that black artist, that black rapper feature. Kanye, Juicy J. I used to do Kanye twice. Snoop Dogg. And now we have Doechii. She, like I said, Katy Perry, I tweeted this the other day. Katy Perry is the modern Mariah Carey of pop music. Mariah's always working with some random ass rapper. Here we go with Katy Perry working with some random, well, not random ass rapper, but with a black rapper. And, well, a rapper. I'm not going to say black. Well, I can't say black because she's never worked with anybody else other than. And it's just like, it's confusing and it's weird, but I guess that's of her era. The song, I like the beat of the song. What is it? Woman, I'm his, he's mine, something like that. I like the beat of it. I just don't like the lyrics. The lyrics are so juvenile. They're so like basic. Like I could have wrote this when I was, 2. And it's just like, okay, what are we gonna do with her? Like, what is? You spent all this time working on an album, and this is what you come up with? You are Katy Perry. I didn't like Lifeline, Lifetimes, Lifelines, Life Love, Life Flop. She's flopping. Woman's World, I don't know. I'm going to give the album a try. I'm going to give it a try. I don't particularly like the vocals that I've been hearing from her. They just sound so, like, why are you singing that in that key? And they're all the same, all of them. Or the first two sounded the exact same vocals. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I don't go to Katy Perry for like vocals, but I go to her for like, fun bops, and these aren't fun. And they're not bopping. She performed at the MTV Awards. I think she got, I don't know who got some achievement, but she performed a bunch of her songs for whatever fucking reason. And the thing about the MTV Awards, I didn't even watch hers. I just listened to it, and she sounded pretty decent. Like I said, I like the beat on "I'm His, He's Mine." I think she says "I'm His maid." If am I mistaken, Katy Katz? Let me know if that's what the lyrics. I'm his maid, but it's a woman's world. Anyways, what was I about to say? MTV, y'all gotta get it together. I had watched 2 performances, and those are the shittiest camera angles ever. Like, I don't know what I was watching. I was watching Glorilla and somebody else's, and I was just like, these are horrible camera angles. Like, I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen this horrible of a camera angle since going to the Renaissance. Like, the Houston show, night 2, the camera angles were horrible. They were borderline horrible. I was just like, what is going on? I can't see nothing. You're cutting cutting every 5 seconds. It was just bad. And the MTV Awards were worse. Okay. I'm gonna give it a try. Like I said, I kind of fell off on Katy on the Witness album. But at the end of the day, I re-listened to it. I was like getting into the songs I hadn't listened to that I had skipped years ago. And I was like, oh, this is a really good album. It's a decent album. It's not a really good album. It's a decent album. Usher was on The View the other day, and Joy was like, Katy Perry, I'm not Katy Perry, Taylor Swift had endorsed Kamala. I really got to figure out her name. Is it Kamala or Kamala or Kamala? I think it's Kamala. Anyway, she endorsed her. And celebrity endorsements are really impactful, but they're so stupid. Like, I find them so stupid. Like, why you gotta tell everybody what to do? Don't tell me what to do. No, I'm kidding. And she was just like, do you feel that pressure, or who are you voting for, or whatever? And he's like, I don't get into politics, which is, I understand, right? I understand both sides. Even though I just said celebrity endorsements are stupid, I understand both sides because, wait, what celebrities are endorsing Trump? I don't know. What was I? What was I saying? Oh, and she was just like, do you feel the pressure to endorse anybody or, speak out about somebody? And he was like, no. Which is, as a celebrity, yeah, you do have that power to push a certain sector of your fan groups. Also, by the way, I had no idea how much of a chokehold Chris Brown has, like, women over 50, women over like 45. Like, they think he is literally Michael Jackson. I was listening to the lady that does the View podcast, right? Or she talks about the View. And she was talking about how Usher is one of the ones who can sing and dance at the same time. She literally said, the only other person I can think of that can do the same thing is Chris Brown. And I was like, Chris Brown? What does he have on these older ladies? Oh my goodness. Anyways, and so I understand what Usher was saying because, as, an American citizen first, I don't have to talk about my politics with you. And it's probably not, the best that I do, stick to what you know. But on the other hand, as, a Taylor Swift type, Usher type situation, yeah, you do have the power to get people to vote if they actually think about it. So yeah, I found that interesting. That, I mean, I don't think it was a bad question. I think she got a little backlash, or people were talking about it. I don't think it was. I think it was sort of normal, like in the context of always, asking celebrities what they think about politics. Some are very vocal and some aren't. So I'm just like, there's only two sides of this coin that you're gonna get. I think that's all I got to say. Thanks so much for listening to the Dare Show podcast. My Instagram is myloveminey tonight if you want to talk over there. Thank you to everybody who's been subscribing while I haven't talked in like a month or two. I don't think I've had anything really to say. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on. Leave a comment. You don't have to subscribe, but thanks you for subscribing. I think I'm almost to the 1,000 mark. I'm almost to the 1,000 mark on Twitter too. I'm at like 800 people following me. Thanks for following me on Twitter too. I'm not giving you the Twitter name, but Instagram is here. My Love Money Tonight is the Instagram name. Like I said, you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like the video, but leave a comment. Let's talk. And that's all I gotta say. Thanks. Bye.